Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to my month ahead tarot reading. This is going to be a pick a card. You're going to choose between earth, air, fire, and water. Now you can choose which sign you are, or you can choose whatever sign is calling out to you today. Alright, let's just dive right in. Just an FYI, you should carry with you through this reading a yes or no question and a time frame question. Those will be answered at the end of this, okay? All right, let's get started. All right, let's dive right in. If you chose Earth, you chose the Ragtime Tarot deck. So let's go ahead and flip over card 1. All right, we have Strength. For the month ahead, I see that you're going to feel a need to tap into your inner strength. You know, it's going to be one of those situations where there's going to be some sort of hectic circumstance, you know, a little bit of chaos, a little bit of, you know, whatever, bullshit, shall we say. And you're going to seem really freaking cool and collected in the situation. In real time, you will seem to have your shit together, even though you might be screaming some obscenities in your head a little bit. But that won't last forever, so let's go ahead and let's see. Okay, card 2, we have the Devil. So already I'm seeing the message that there is definitely going to be a need for self-control. With the Devil, we talk about, a lot of people just jump into like addictive things. It literally can be anything that would be considered unhealthy behavior. That could be addictions to drugs. It could be food. It could be relationships. Is there some toxic dick out there? Might be. You don't want to mess with that toxic dick. If there is an ex that you shouldn't be messing with, don't mess with it. Don't, because that's what the Devil's telling me here. In the month ahead, you're gonna feel a real want to give in, to let go, to let loose, to find that sort of comfort area, whatever aspect that is, to find it and just sort of be in it, even though it's unhealthy. There's definitely this want to sort of let go, but just bear in mind, the Strength card is telling you that you need to hold down the fort and handle whatever is happening, and don't lose that kind of control. So let's go ahead and see what we have next. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords. So this just, solidifies and validates what I just said with the Devil. So with the Devil, you have that, whatever that addictive behavior is, whatever that unhealthy behavior is. The Eight of Swords is telling me that in the month ahead, there's going to be some hectic situation. You're going to want to just lose control and say, fuck it. But you have this fear, and I feel like it's a fear rooted in real knowledge, the truth, what you know to your core. The fear is that if you go down that rabbit hole, whatever that Devil's talking about, if you go down that rabbit hole, you're not going to come out of it, not anytime soon. The Eight of Swords is very symbolic of the fear of being trapped in general. And that's what I'm seeing here. The want to let go, but then knowing that if you do, you're going to be there for a minute. So there's going to be this fear that you have that I think you should just pay very close attention to, because like I said, draw on the Strength. The Strength is telling you not to give in to that temptation. The Devil, don't give in to that devil dick. Or whatever aspect of life this pertains to, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a friendship. Poor thought process, nothing but negative, sort of isolation-inspired sort of thinking to yourself does you a disservice, and it's a bad cycle and an unhealthy behavior to stay in. And that also is very easily something, mindset is very easily to be trapped in if you're not careful. So just, bear that in mind. So let's go ahead and keep going. Let's deep dive. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands reversed. There's a negative mindset involving the devil. If there's a negative mindset component, like if you have poor self-esteem and that's why you keep going back to like a bad relationship, or that's why you keep, whether if it's overeating or undereating, if it's an eating disorder, if it's a drug addiction, if it's tobacco, if it's alcohol. I mean, it could literally be anything, but there's definitely this need in the month ahead for you to really focus in on your self-esteem, because there's this element that's telling me that there's definitely a self-esteem issue that you have in the month ahead. Let's keep going to see maybe why. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so the reason that I'm seeing that there's probably a self-esteem issue, a confidence issue, possibly a trust issue in oneself, in yourself, I'm seeing with the Seven of Swords here. I'm seeing that there's a potential that someone might betray you, or someone has betrayed you. And now we're in the month ahead, so the reason I say has betrayed you is because I can't speak to necessarily how long the betrayal has been happening. That might, just FYI, you might want that to be your time frame question at the end of this. Just throwing it out there, your call. But that's what I'm seeing here with the Seven of Swords. I'm seeing that there's definitely a betrayal of some sort, a deception of some sort, and I normally put the disclaimer that, it could be you, the deceiver. That's not what I'm getting here. This reading for you in the month ahead is telling me that someone else is the culprit here. Someone is deceiving you. Someone is betraying you. And with the Seven of Swords being with the Seven of Wands reversed, I'm seeing that correlation. I would say comfortably, definitively, that there's someone that is taking advantage of you. Now, again, any type of relationship, any type of person, friend, colleague, whatever, obviously there's a cause and effect. So, if you suffer a deception, a betrayal, obviously Seven of Wands reversed, your self-esteem is going to be impacted. Eight of Swords, there's this feeling of helplessness, the devil wanting to give up, needing to draw on your inner strength. I get it. So that's probably where that's coming from. But I don't know. Let me see the next one. Okay, yeah. Okay, this kind of confirms it for me. I didn't want to have such a negative, overall, it's not the worst reading in the world, just silver lining that, but I didn't want to have it so blunt. But what I'm seeing here is you have the Seven of Swords, so I'm seeing the deception. I'm seeing the Seven of Wands reversed, so that's telling me that someone's taking advantage, sort of playing on your weaknesses. But now we have the Five of Pentacles reversed. So it's not definitive, but quite possibly this person could be swindling you out of money as well. Now again, any relationship, this could be a friend that's asking for help, paying, buying a new phone, or, let me borrow a couple bucks, whatever. This could be a partner, love interest who, is always having you foot the bill, or, whatever the case. There's someone who's taking advantage of you, and I'm seeing that it's in the aspect of money. Someone is taking advantage of you, and they're using you, not necessarily just for your money, but they are definitely using your money. So whoever that is, just sort of pay attention. What I'm getting as just an end-all be-all, like looking at this whole read for your month ahead, you need to not give in to that temptation. Whatever that temptation is, don't do it. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. If you do it, bad things come of it. That's what I'm seeing. The advice that I would give you for this read is to pay close attention to those around you, especially in those weakest of moments when you find yourself most vulnerable, most inclined to sort of, cheat's not the right word. When you find yourself most inclined to give in to temptation, make sure you just are aware of who's around you, because, if you're down and you're looking to, have like a bad habit sort of come up, you don't necessarily want someone around that's willing to take advantage of that scenario, or someone that's like jumping on that bandwagon. Like, they're not trying to help you, get out of it. They're sort of taking advantage of it. That's what I'm seeing. Seven of Wands reverse tells me, like, this is what you have going for you. The Seven of Wands tells me that because you're hitting this threshold, because there's this need to, sort of go back to just focusing on yourself and not sort of giving of yourself everywhere else, every other aspect except yourself. You're hitting this threshold. There's too much that's going to come on your plate. Whatever that hectic situation is, there's going to be too much, and you're going to start dishing out the fuckets and fuck yous, and that's going to happen quick. So just be aware of that. That is one thing you have going for you. And if this deception and betrayal is real, if whether or not it's in the realm of finance, or heavy severity when it comes to finance, or something as simple as someone that's always making you pay for movie tickets or whatever, you definitely are going to reach a point where you just have zero fucks to give, and you're gonna tell that person so. Just be aware though, with the Seven of Swords, a lot of times you will have confrontation as a result of whatever the deception or betrayal is. So that shit's gonna come out. You may already be aware of it. You may already have the inclination. The Eight of Swords. For me, a lot of times, because fear is like a heavy element of it, this might be something that you've already sort of been thinking about. It's going to come to a head. All in all, though, the struggle when it comes to this situation will end, and whatever that financial sort of drainage that happens, that goes away. So whether that's a friendship, a family member, a significant other, colleague, whatever the situation, you will be parting ways when it comes to at least how that relationship is established. Your money will no longer be drained in their direction. So I see a financial sort of uptick at the end of all of this. So that is your month ahead tarot read if you chose Earth. Let's go ahead and jump into the other section that I included. So we have here the NKH, the Action Oracle deck. So your card is Soul Work. So let's go ahead and turn this over. And let me just go ahead and read this. I don't know how clear it is on the camera. So we have, the soul needs attention. From time to time, it is important to connect with your inner essence and make sure you are who you want to be on a deeper level. Take action. Talk to yourself honestly about who you are and who you want to be. Make a grateful list of, make someone else happy, work on, take active measures to mend any issues that are bothersome and disturbing to you. So now we have the yes or no card. So do you have your question, yes or no? All right, here we go. Your answer is abso-lutely. Okay. Confirmation at its finest. All right, and last but not least, a time frame card. So do you have a time frame question? Was this how long you've known about potential betrayal, or a completely irrelevant, completely beside the point question? Could be anything you want, time frame, as to when something will occur. Okay, here we go. Answer is 9 weeks. All right, interesting. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If it resonated, let me know. If not, let it go. Please like, share, comment. Please subscribe. I will see you guys next time.